Hello, my name is Justin Lee, and today I am going to be demonstrating and discussing how to write a proper title and a description in web design. I'll be going over the following topics. What is a title? Why is a title important? Things to avoid, best practices, what is a description? How is a description created? And then providing a demonstration. So what is a title in web design? The title of a website refers to the HTML title tag. This title tag typically appears in the forefront and top of the web page or browser. So within the HTML code, the title tag appears on the top of the HTML document, inside of the head tag. Below is a generic example. You have the head tag in closing, and then the title tag, exactly where your website title would go. And I'll be providing a demonstration on how to do that in Visual Studio Code later. So why is a proper title important? Titles are the forefront and image of websites. A good title serves as your #1 marketing tool for some of the following reasons. It informs users about your website, informs search engines. This helps bots or the algorithm pair your information with searches. And then it increases clicks or visits, which really is the goal of your website, to have visitors. So continuing on why it's important, sharing some statistics. According to BigCommerce Essentials, statistics show that commonly on the first page of search results, it's the first 5 results that account for 67.6% of all clicks. Therefore, strong website titles can help attract clicks if the page is not yet ranking in the first 5 results. So if you're trying to break into the market, if you're trying to get your website out there, but of course you're new, so you're not going to be in those first 5 clicks. A good way to break the ice and get out there is to have a proper title. So here's an example that I've provided of a search that I performed in Google, just searching for NFL teams, the National Football League. So this is 3 of the first few search results that popped up from my search. You can see the title is appearing right here in each of them, in the big bold blue letters. NFL football teams, official sites of all 32 NFL teams, NFL teams, NFL teams by division. So it's matched up with the keywords, NFL teams, exactly what my search was about. There's a few things to notice with regards to their titles. They're not too long. They're to the point. They have keywords and advertise exactly their brand. So some things to avoid when considering what your title should be. Title truncation. So what this is it happens when your title is too long to fit into a search engine. So I previously mentioned on that last slide that those titles were good because they were not too long. So when this takes place, the end of the title ends up being cut off when it is too long. This can be avoided by having short and precise titles. So here's an example of title truncation. You can see the title listed here, how to show the title name completely, not truncated, and ... It's exactly what happens. When your title is too long, it's cut off. So this appears unprofessional. It's not a good look. So if you want to get your title out there and be as efficient as possible with it, keep it short and brand specific. Another thing to avoid, do not use all caps. So it often comes across as aggressive, shouting, and even spammy. So I've tried to provide an example in the title of this particular page of the presentation. All caps. I mean, the exclamation marks help, but it does appear aggressive. Seems like I'm shouting. It's really not proper or professional form. You might want to enthusiastically communicate your brand, and you might be tempted to do this, but being overly aggressive can have a negative effect to visitors and dissuade them from visiting your site. And like I mentioned, it is unprofessional to use all caps. Another thing to avoid, keyword overuse. I mentioned keywords are important, but having too many, it's not a good thing. You want to avoid cramming your title with too many keywords. Designers might be tempted to spam their title with keywords to manipulate the algorithm to rank your page higher. However, overusing those keywords does have an opposite effect, and it's really just not necessary. It's going to make it too wordy, might push you towards title truncation. It's just not a good look. So some best practices. Select one keyword. Title should be optimized for one keyword. This word should flow naturally in the title and not feel forced. Should be easy to type and pronounce. Simple titles are easier for us to remember and type when searching. Complicated titles that are difficult for users to pronounce or type often will result in typos, leading to a decline in user interaction and visits. So you also want unique representation. Make sure that your title stands out among the competition. Avoid generic titles and names. This is a good way to do that. So to stand out, you want to use something that's unique. So here's an example that I've used HubSpot. A generic for this would be Marketing Hub. That's something maybe a lot of other people are considering using. So to put yourself out there and separate you from the rest of the pack, use something unique, but specific to your brand. So what is a description now? Shifting gears to the description in web design. Also referred to as a meta description. It provides a summary and overview of a website and displays as a part of a search snippet from a search engine. Here's an example, the description appearing beneath the title of the search result. Really just summarizing what it is that the website is about to give the user a good insight as to what it is they're going to be visiting if they click. How is it created? It's created as a meta tag in the head portion of the HTML document. Here's an example. Notice the name, it's named description. And then in the content, that's exactly where your description is going to go. This is just an example I use specific to this presentation. And I'll show you exactly how to do that in a demonstration. So using Visual Studio Code, I'm going to delete this so that I can show you from the beginning. So I've created a test file within a test folder, test HTML file that I'll be using to demonstrate how to create a proper title and a description. So you want to create your generic HTML start. Notice there's only a head. That's really all I'm focusing on here because that's where the description and title are located. There's nothing you need to worry about right here for the body. There's no header, no footer, nothing to worry about there right now. So focusing on this head element here. So notice the title is already there. So it's already gone and auto-filled it with document. We want to delete that. Make sure that the start and end tags are both there. And I'm going to name this specific to the presentation. Creating a proper title and description in web design. So short, to the point, covers exactly it is what I'm discussing in my presentation. Now notice there's nothing to do with description here yet. We have several meta tags, but we do need to create one for the description. So let's go ahead and do that. Meta name and description. And the content, this is exactly where your description is going to go. This is my presentation of how to create a proper title and description in web design, period. to the point, encompasses everything that I've discussed. If I wanted to, I could add more information there. Like I mentioned, it doesn't need to be limited or too short. There's not really any recommendation there. Let's save that. Oh, got error. I need to make sure to close this. Save. All right, now let's show what this looks like with the live server. All right, so blank document because we have no header, footer, body, just the head information, which is just informational. But notice the title appears at the top here, creating a proper title and description in web design. So that's exactly where the title will appear. Also from the search engine, like I've showed before, it would appear at the top with the description. And that is my presentation. Thank you.